Ever notice how the price tag on that new phone or gaming console just keeps climbing? Maybe just a little, maybe a lot. Well, it's not just you. There's this kind of hidden crisis brewing in the tech world, a whole story about soaring demand and, well, unintended consequences. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, you've definitely felt it, right? You walk into a store or you're browsing online for a new laptop, and the price just makes you do a double take. It feels way higher than it should be. Well, turns out you are not imagining things. And the reason why? It's hiding deep, deep inside the very device you're looking at.
And that right there, that really captures the feeling, doesn't it? It's not some sudden overnight price shock. It's more like this creeping sense that something fundamental has changed. So in this explainer, we're going to figure out exactly what that something is.
Okay, so here is our first major clue. Just look at this. This chart shows the price of a really critical component called DDR5 RAM. And you can see, for a while, it's pretty stable, right? Then, it starts to climb a bit. And then, boom, it just explodes. We're talking a near-vertical, parabolic spike. This price jump, it's the first major symptom of a much, much bigger problem.
All right, first up, we've got to solve this tech price mystery.
And that mystery leads us straight to the real culprit, AI's absolutely insatiable appetite.
So what's the big secret behind these crazy prices? Well, it's what some are calling a global AI gold rush. I mean, we're talking trillions, with a T, of dollars flowing into building these massive data centers. And that huge investment, it's creating a giant ripple effect that's now hitting all of us.
You know, this is the perfect way to think about it. Back in the day, in a gold rush, the people who really got rich weren't always the ones finding gold. It was the people selling the shovels. And in this new AI gold rush, well, RAM, high-performance memory, has become the new shovel. Every single company, from the biggest giants to the smallest startups, needs mountains of it just to compete.
So you might be thinking, okay, is the RAM in some giant AI data center the same as what's in my phone? And the answer is, not exactly. See, your laptop or phone uses what's called LPDDR RAM. It's great for speed, it's efficient. But AI? AI needs this other beast called high bandwidth memory, or HBM. It's built to process just insane amounts of data all at once. But here's the absolute kicker, the most critical part of this whole story. Both kinds of RAM, the consumer stuff and the AI stuff, are made in the exact same factories. So if they make more of one, they have to make less of the other. It's a total zero-sum game.
And this insane demand, as you can probably guess, creates a massive global bottleneck, which leads us right to what's known as the three-company choke point.
So when you go to buy RAM, you see all these different brands on the box, right? But the actual tiny memory chips inside, they're pretty much all made by just a handful of companies. In fact, get this, over 93% of the entire world's supply comes from just three names: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. That's it. And when the whole world depends on just three suppliers, well, the whole system becomes incredibly, incredibly fragile. And that fragile system, yeah, it recently snapped, hard, turning into a full-blown crisis. In late 2025, things just escalated so fast. First, reports came out that OpenAI alone had secured a mind-boggling 40% of the entire global supply of AI-grade memory. Then, just a few months later, Micron, one of the big three, announced it was just quitting the consumer RAM market altogether to focus on AI. And by early 2026, it was just total panic mode. I mean, the situation got so desperate, you had top executives from giants like Google and Microsoft literally flying to South Korea to beg for memory chips. Can you imagine? They actually got a nickname inside the industry, DRAM beggars. That's how unbelievably intense this whole shortage got.
So, okay, this is some wild industry drama, for sure. But what does all this actually mean for you, for your wallet? Well, how about this for a number? 230%. That's the premium Apple is now reportedly paying for the memory in its upcoming iPhone 17 Pro. So a chip that used to cost them maybe $25 is now closer to $70. And who do you think ultimately pays for that increase? Yep, we do.
And gamers. Oh boy, you might want to sit down for this one. The rumored price for Nvidia's next top-of-the-line consumer graphics card, the RTX 5090, a jaw-dropping $5,000. That's more than double what its predecessor cost. Ouch.
This isn't just about one or two products either. It's hitting the entire market.
Analysts are now predicting that the whole PC market could actually shrink by almost 9% in 2026. And the reason is super simple. Fewer and fewer people will be able to afford a new computer.
And yeah, the pain is spreading everywhere. You've got PC makers like Dell and Lenovo already raising prices. The next PlayStation and Xbox, they could face major delays. And Nvidia might even just pause releasing new gaming GPUs in 2026, because why would they when the AI market is so much more profitable? See, it's not just about one product anymore. This is a systemic problem.
So all of this leads to a pretty logical question, right? One I'm sure you're thinking right now. If demand is so ridiculously high, why on earth don't they just make more of it?
Well, if only it were that simple. You see, building a new memory fabrication plant, they call them fabs, is just a monumental task. I mean, first you have to secure billions of dollars in funding. Then you have to build this massive, state-of-the-art facility. Then you install all this hypersensitive equipment and calibrate it. By the time you finally ramp up production, you're looking at a minimum of a 2-year wait before even a single new chip rolls off the line.
But you know what? A 2-year wait isn't even the biggest reason they're hesitating. The real reason? It's just plain fear. And this is where it gets really wild. This comes from a pretty shocking source. Listen to what Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, the company at the very heart of this whole AI boom, had to say. We are in a bubble. Let that sink in. If the guy basically driving the gold rush thinks it's a bubble, can you imagine the risk of betting billions of dollars on a new factory that won't even be ready for 2 years?
And trust me, this industry has the scars to prove they're right to be cautious. They all remember what happened in the mid-2010s. There was a huge smartphone boom, so they all raced to build new factories, only for demand to suddenly cool off. Prices completely collapsed, and these companies lost fortunes. They are absolutely terrified of making that exact same mistake all over again.
So here we are. The entire AI revolution is being built on a finite, bottlenecked resource, and the shockwaves are hitting every single one of us, right in our wallets. And it leaves us with this massive, really difficult question to chew on. With the costs mounting so high for everyday consumers, and for the environment too, are the benefits of this AI gold rush really worth it? That is the billion or maybe trillion-dollar question.